Welcome back to Napoleonic Stacking. I'm the Napoleonic Stacker. And in this video, we're going to review some different types of gold you can be adding to your stack. Stay tuned. We're going to speak a little bit about gold and some of the different varieties that are available that you can add to your stack. But first things first, why would you want to hold gold? Well, basically gold has, throughout the entirety of human history, been a store of wealth and value. From ancient Babylonian times to the Egyptians to the Romans, all the way through modern day, you see the federal government actually holds gold. We hold it in Fort Knox. And central banks hold gold. Now, the reason why is primarily as a hedge against something catastrophic happening to our nation, something catastrophic happening to the bank. They have something physical, real, tangible wealth that they can fall back on. And that is how I primarily look at gold, as an insurance policy, as a hedge against hyperinflation, as a hedge against high inflation. So with the coinage, basically all the way back to 300 BC with the Lydians, they struck the first coins out of silver and gold. It was actually a mixture called electrum. And when Alexander the Great came about and saw the type of coinage they were producing, he realized that he needed to incorporate this to have a standardization for commerce within his empire. So when the founding fathers wrote the Constitution, it's in the Constitution that gold and silver is to be the only money used in the United States. So for example, if you wanted to produce a $10 gold piece, basically you would have to go out and mine $10 worth of gold. Or if you wanted the silver, you'd have to mine $10 worth of silver. It couldn't just be printed out of thin air the way that our Federal Reserve is printing money today, devaluing your currency. Every moment that passes, the US dollar is losing value. With gold, effectively, it protects the purchasing power of the holder. And after 1933, the U.S. government took this money away from the American citizens. Basically, there was a gold confiscation act. Franklin Roosevelt wanted the American people to turn in their gold to basically help fund the New Deal and to get people back to work. And it was illegal to actually own this stuff in the United States. So now that we know a little bit about the background, let's talk about some of the coins. So when you're buying gold, gold comes in a wide variety of sizes, weights, purities. It comes from almost every country on earth. You can get them in bars, coins, and rounds, very much like silver. So how do you know what's the best to stack? Generally speaking, you'll want to stack what's most liquid. And depending on what country you live in, that could vary. But for me in the United States, the American Gold Eagle is the most liquid gold coin. This is a 1-ounce American Gold Eagle. And I can take this coin into any coin shop, any pawn shop, any We Buy Gold shop, and they'll know exactly what this is and they'll buy it from me. Generally, right around spot, sometimes a little more. With your 1-ounce gold pieces, regardless of which country it comes from, if it's modern bullion, you're generally going to get the lowest premium on the 1-ounce pieces. Now, yes, they are a lot more expensive than the fractional, which we're going to go into in a moment. But if you can save for the 1-ounce, generally you're getting more gold for your money. Now, taking a look at some of the other options, we've got the 10th-ounce gold eagles. So if you're stacking on a budget and you want to buy a little bit of gold at a time, the 10th-ounce gold eagles are a great option. They do carry, generally speaking, the highest premium on any of the U.S. gold coinage, but you can get it at a lower price point. So even a couple of $100 a month, you can get into a piece of gold. Now, taking a look at another popular size, we've got the quarter ounce gold piece. Now, you'll find most modern mints striking the quarter ounce pieces. This actually comes from South Africa. It's a Krugerrand, and this one's from 1994. It has Paul Kruger on the front. The quarter ounce gold pieces you can generally pick up for a lower premium than your 10th ounce. And generally speaking, with today's price points, they're running about $450 to $500 a piece. So if you have a little bit more in your budget per month or however you're stacking these, the quarter ounces may be a better route to go. And some of the other options, if you can get them for a good price, we've got pre-33 US gold. For example, this one here, this is a 1904 $2.50 piece. Generally speaking, these will have a much higher premium on them just because of its numismatic value. It has historical significance. If you can get them close to spot, they're really great to pick up. And I absolutely love pre-33 gold. And depending on what your stacking strategy is, you may or may not need or have any of that in your stack. Some of the other sizes, we've got the half ounce. The half ounces generally aren't quite as popular as your 1 ounce, your quarter ounce, or your 10th ounce, but you can get half ounce coins as well. This is a half ounce Austrian Philharmonic from, looks like 2009. And as you all know, I'm a big fan of the Philharmonic. I know a lot of people don't like this coin, but it's one of my favorites. And of course, you can also look at old European gold. Now, with the old European gold, they do have some strange weights. The older European gold can be a little bit more difficult to sell, less liquid, so that's something to consider. This is actually a 10 guilders from the Netherlands. It's got Wilhelmina on the front. And these are struck in 90% gold. And speaking of the purity, with some of the gold pieces, some of them are 90%, others are closer to 100. In 1526, King Henry VIII basically had gold coins bending in his pocket. And he essentially wanted the gold to be more durable. And the government decided to start adding copper, a 10% mix of copper, into the gold to make the coins stronger. And they call that crown gold. And that's typically the way that gold has been produced all the way up until the 1800s when they started putting silver. It was kind of a silver copper mix in with the gold, but it was still 90% gold. Now with some of these coins are 4 nines and 3 nines fine gold. For example, this Canadian maple, this is 4 nines fine gold, so it's almost pure gold. Whereas our gold eagles are 22 karat gold. Now the gold eagles and the gold maples, they actually have the exact same gold weight in them, which is a quarter ounce or whatever size you pick up, but the purity is going to be different. But as far as the value of the coin, they're pretty much identical. And you can also see some of the color differences between the maple, which is pure gold, versus the American eagle. The eagle kind of has a little bit of a rose gold look to it. And some of the other options you can consider, I'm not big into the gold bars, but some people are. Gold bars you can generally pick up for a very low premium. This is a IGR bar from Istanbul, and it's just a little 1 gram bar. Comes with an assay card. It's serialized, so basically, you know it's authentic. And generally speaking, something as small as a 1 gram bar you can pick up very inexpensive. But again, the smaller you get, the more premium you pay for your gold. So it's very important to have a budget laid out. How much do you want to spend on your gold every month or every quarter or every year? Just make sure that you're buying it with disposable income and paying your bills first. That's the most important thing. And Some other factors, we've got these. This is another piece that's really a good example of something not to stack, but more to collect. This is a Napoleon Bonaparte, and this particular piece is from St. Helena, and it's a half a gram of gold, so an absolutely ridiculous premium for this coin. But because it has Napoleon on it, I had to have it. I would not advise stacking things that are in the half gram or even the gram sizes, because you're just paying way too much for your gold overall. I am a big fan of fractional gold. As you can see here, I like to pick up a little bit of gold at a time, but for my personal strategy, I'm going to be focusing more on the quarter-ounce pieces like this Krugerrand. And every once in a while, pick up some 10th-ounce pieces like this Britannia right here. The Britannia is actually one of the most secure bullion coins in the world, both in the silver and in the gold. And it's one of my favorites. But that's what I've got for you today. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Please give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and share with your friends. And until next time, Napoleonic Stacker, signing out.